Karen Creighton here, your weight loss genie. Today, lies, lies, and more lies. Over the years, especially over the last few, it has become apparent that we have been lied to in all aspects of our lives, and our health has been at the forefront of this assault. Saturated fat, mainly animal fat, has been used for humans for thousands or more years. But all of a sudden, it was the root cause of heart disease. A gentleman, if you can call him that, called Ansel Keys, published that animal fat was the root of clogged arteries and caused the rise in heart disease. Now, how did he get this data? In simple terms, he compiled a list of countries with low incidences of heart disease and included those with low levels of animal fat in the diet, and left the ones with high levels of heart disease and low levels of animal fats out of the equation. What this action did was skew the results of his hypothesis. We have to wonder why he did this. We can research deeper into the lobbying of certain vegetable oil groups and if they had financial implications. But I want to avoid going down that bottomless rabbit hole right now. What we can do now is go down another avenue that happened around the same time: the rise of the sugar industry. While Ansel Keys was pushing his animal fat hypothesis, at around the same time in the 1950s or thereabouts, the sugar industry was making huge inroads into all foods and drinks. As a result, sugar found itself in more and more foods, and our health was deteriorating in proportion to the amounts of sugar we consumed. More heart diseases, more cancers, plus, of course, the rise of metabolic syndrome, obesity, and diabetes all start their slow rise in the population. It became increasingly apparent to many medical researchers who all tried to point out that sugar was one of the main culprits, not animal fat. Still, their voices disappeared along with any representatives of reason. All we heard for years was that animal fat is wrong and sugar is essential for energy. We have always had animal fats. Most of the time, animal fat was essential to our survival, and we never had sugar in its concentrated form at any time in our history. Even in 2010, when I started my program Fast Track to Health, clients were told by their doctors that they shouldn't leave out sugars, as it was vital for energy production. Even being in ketosis was a negative thing. This was only a very short time ago. Why? Now, it seems more and more people realize that sugar isn't good for them, despite all the advertising. Still, we have a long way to go, as sugar is still one of the most challenging products to stop consuming, harder than many addictive drugs. However, there might be a small piece of the puzzle that can identify why it is so hard. That is salt. Yep, the other vilified ingredient that is so bad for our health. We have been told that it is the root of our high blood pressure, heart disease, and strokes. What if I told you that this fantastic ingredient could actually stop high blood pressure, lower blood sugars, lower sweet cravings, and even help you with many areas of your health and well-being? You probably wouldn't believe me. After all, There is a lot of science behind this one, isn't there? Well, it turns out not. Just like Ansel Keys, it was all hypothesis and bullying a big business. Multiple studies have proven the opposite, all of which have been buried along with the saturated fat research. If you do some research of your own, you will be shocked, and it is absolutely fascinating. For example, if you are on medications like blood pressure meds, diuretics, herbals or meds, antidepressants and antipsychotics, then your need for sodium goes up. I write more on salt in another blog, which goes into a lot more detail, so I won't go into that now. So why has salt been targeted? Good question. Consider this. Salt over a millennia has been vital for survival, not just for humans, but all species on the planet. Also, I would say, salt used to be more valuable than gold at one time. Our ancestors realized how important this is. So why have we been exposed to a campaign against it? The war on salt has been ongoing since the 1970s, and it hasn't abated. Just like saturated fat, salt has been our mainstay of our evolution. Sugar, on the other hand, hasn't. So yes, we have had honey and certain fruits at certain times of the year, but never in the volume we have had today. We have been taken for a ride by a vast marketing campaign against multiple healthy foods and pro-ingredients that not only don't serve us, and this includes vegetable oils and all sugars. I could go into the fact that Big Pharma has had the most significant gain from keeping us all fat and sick, but that would be a very, very long video. Not everything we have been told is accurate. And even if it has perpetuated for decades, it doesn't mean we have to follow the dogma, especially if you try another way and feel so much better. If you want to know more, I will share more info in the subject in the coming weeks. I am passionate about this. I know that misinformation has been coming through thick and fast. But I know, after working with thousands of clients, I know that traditional diet and lifestyle have enabled us to survive and thrive. And that is what I wish for us all. I love to look for answers in the most simple way possible. After all, good health is our birthright. If you feel that I can assist you, please direct message me or go to my website, vitalityhealth.co.nz, and have a look and see if you would like to work with me. Thank you so much for watching. That's Karen Creighton, the Weight Loss Genie, signing out.